to engineer the smallest water ecosystem in Jurassic World, and is it even possible to do this while achieving 5 stars? But there's one massive problem. These creatures need space, a lot of it. And when you force this many prehistoric predators into tight quarters, things get ugly. Oh no. Heather, Steven, I told you. Oh! Will they carve out a fragile balance in a thriving ecosystem, or will the strongest take over in an all-out war for dominance? Alright, and today we're going to be trying to create the smallest Jurassic World water ecosystem. And we're ready to introduce our first dinosaur. It's gonna be the Mosasaurus. Let's modify this genome. We want it to be tolerant, and then we're also gonna want it to not be needy. Then accommodation would be nice. Alright, making this park 5 stars without making it massive is a 3-part challenge. To pull this off, I'll be using some clever engineering tricks along the way. First, we need to cram all of our aquatic creatures into one ecosystem without causing chaos, which means some tricky environmental management. Second, guests need perfect visibility of every spot in the lagoon or they won't be happy. And third, we have to keep those guests entertained with enough shops and commodities to actually reach 5 stars. We're gonna get the lagoon viewing stand. If we're going to want to have guests in this park, we're also going to want to introduce a large hotel for them, as well as a restroom and a shelter. We're ready to release the first dinosaur into this ecosystem. Now this Mosasaurus, we're going to be naming right away. This is Fiona, and she's a bit of a troublemaker with a curious and playful personality. It's safe to say that she's definitely mischievous and doesn't particularly have the end goal in mind of helping towards 5 stars. But, as you'll see, things don't always go as planned. Because as it turns out, these creatures aren't just exhibits in a park. They have personalities, rivalries, and a very fragile balance of power in this ecosystem. Some of these creatures, they don't like to share, and soon tensions are gonna rise. And when the final additions join the ecosystem, the question isn't if they'll disrupt the balance, but who's going to survive it. We're already at 1.5 stars. We need more than 2 aquatics to do this. They're gonna have some interesting interactions. Right now, she's pretty content, but imagine what's gonna happen when we get other dinosaurs involved as well. An example of another aquatic is the Megalodon. She might not like the Mosasaurus very much. So I created her DNA, and then I started to get her hatching. Time to introduce the second aquatic creature to our smallest ecosystem. Here we have her, the Megalodon. That is a roar that inspires fear into the hearts of whoever hears it. This is Heather. She has more of a dominant nature than Fiona, and she's the protector of this small ecosystem. You might not think it right now, but just wait until later on when it really shines through. Oh no. Their first interaction. Heather started to swim towards Fiona to say hi, but it was a very tense standoff between the 2 alpha predators. Unfortunately, Fiona isn't the biggest fan of Heather right now, but fortunately they managed to narrowly avoid a conflict. We just have Fiona here, and we've got Heather here swimming around. I hope they can stay this peaceful throughout the entire ecosystem journey. I'm gonna try to decorate the park in this video, and to do that, I'm gonna be making my own decoration, which is gonna be, well, I'll just see if you guys can guess it. We need something for the eye. What could we use for, ooh. And now, let's see how it looks. Oh, I mean, if you close your eyes and kind of squint, it looks like a little fish. Right now, if we look at this park, it's kind of ugly. It's not really doing much. It's just one big lagoon. This park is very inefficient. The guests have to walk the whole way around here to view it. This one lagoon's really big, and it's not great for separating out different territories and environments for our 2 competing dinosaurs. Sorry, not dinosaurs, aquatics. The Megalodon and the Mosasaurus. So what we're going to do to fix this is we're actually going to be applying an engineering principle. It's called the Fibonacci spiral, or the golden spiral. The Fibonacci sequence builds by adding squares where each side length is the sum of the previous 2. As the numbers grow, the ratio between them, about 1.618, gets closer to the golden ratio. You'll see Fibonacci spirals everywhere, in seashells, flowers, even galaxies. It's God's design for efficiency and beauty, and engineers use it all the time, from city planning to product design. The golden ratio is the secret behind structures that feel right, from ancient temples to modern skyscrapers. By following this Fibonacci pattern, I can optimize space so that the creatures have balanced territories, the viewing paths flow naturally, and the whole park feels just right. Fiona has chronic stress because she dislikes having Heather in her territory. So I think what we might have to do to fix this is transport one of them a little bit away. So we're gonna just do that. There we go. Hey, Fiona. There she goes. And now all that's left to do, pick up Fiona and to deliver her to her new ecosystem. And as she gets lowered into her new home, you're gonna be feeling much better over here. And now we have the spiral layout. Oh no, our fish is absolutely looking atrocious. We're gonna try to make another design right at the center of the park. Hey, where's Fiona? We can do a comparison. Oh, this is perfect. Here's the view. Guys, I think we might have actually outdone ourselves this time. And from the side, it just looks like a bunch of lights. Oh no, that looks awful. All right, and since we're making this a whole ecosystem, we can't just have the two aquatics, Heather and Fiona. Let's go figure out who our next park contender is gonna be. All right, I kind of like this looking dude, the Dunkleosteus. Now, I don't know how many you need to survive, but these are going to be two brothers and a sister. Meet the triplets, Steven, Stan, and Scarlet. They didn't just move in, they invaded, but not with brute force. These three are patient, calculating, and always looking for the perfect moment to strike. If Fiona and Heather aren't careful, the triplets will make their lives miserable in ways they never see coming. Ooh, they're gravitating towards the kelp. We're going to try to make an entire kelp fortress, I think, over here. He is really enjoying the kelp. Look at him swimming through. Oh no, this doesn't look good. Steven is swimming towards Heather, our Megalodon. This looks like it could end very poorly. Steven, this is not a smart idea for you. I do not recommend doing this. Are you hunting? Oh no. Heather, Steven, I told you. Oh! Steven, I told you that was a bad idea. Heather just one-shot Steven. We'll see. Can the twins come out on top, or is Heather going to take them down? Already, this park has come a long way from its conception. We have part of the golden spiral integrated to help the park grow. Yeah, we've had a bit of an issue between the Megalodon and the Dunkleosteus. We have an area in the middle here that would be great for another aquatic. The Archelon. I don't really know how to say it. Now, we're going to see if we can make like a whole tribe of these guys. And if I know anything about turtles, I know that they need platforms to live on. Wait, no. Oh no. Ah, Stan. Stan was taken out. I thought that the three of them together might be able to take out Heather, but clearly not. Scarlet, you are the one survivor. Will you be able to take out Heather? Is she going to get the best of you? Let's release these guys over here. I don't know why Fiona's coming so far over. Keeps expanding her habitat. This is not good. Oh no. It kind of looks like Heather is hunting Scarlet. Oh no. Oh! Dunkleosteus is gone. And thus, the terror of the triplets was eradicated from the ecosystem. Heather had decided that they were too dangerous to leave with the turtles coming into their new home. How are their Archelons looking? Oh, these guys look so cool. I don't want their territories to overlap too much with the Moza or the Meg. Oh no, Fiona. Oh, I'm a little bit worried that Fiona might be going over to hunt the Archelon. But after a brief glance, Fiona decided that the hard shell would be too much trouble and went somewhere else to do her mischief instead. We're going to be giving them all names that start with T for turtle. So this is going to be Terry. Now this herd of turtles with a T, including Terry, are the true hermits of the lagoon. They don't start fights, they don't cause trouble, they just float, bask, and enjoy the peace and serenity of life on top of the water. But in a lagoon full of unpredictable predators, how long can that peace really last? Now unfortunately these territories are overlapping a bit and I don't really want them to, so we're going to be trying to use another engineering principle to fix this. In engineering we use Voronoi diagrams to divide space efficiently. It's like city zoning. You want each neighborhood to have enough space, but without overlapping into each other's area. The idea is simple. Every point on the map has a zone based on which to point it's closest to. To put it simply, imagine the species in my park as the points on the map. Each species gets its own area based on how close it is to a specific origin point. Where the zones meet is where we see the overlap, the discomfort, and that's what we're trying to fix. Now, I'm going to expand the areas to reduce that overlap. I'll adjust the layout so the species have their own space to breathe and hopefully reduce any of that discomfort. Alright, but now that we've built that, let's go back to the map. Oh, the Archelons are really taking over, aren't they? Oh, it's because they have the shelf here. We need to delete this shelf. Why can't I... Well, that's like really annoying because now they're all just going to want to be chilling over there. Well, this is not a perfect Voronoi diagram or even really one at all. It's a cool concept and I think it's helpful to think about as we're doing these overlapping territories. All right, next we need to bring in some more creatures. I want to try to introduce some people that can actually live with Fiona and Heather. So the Ichthyosaur we can just release here. All right, Ichthyosaurus. Look, it's like a bunch of dolphins. They're so cute. Here come the Ichthyosaurus. This pod's got some serious personality. They're like the puppies of the lagoon, always darting around, showing off, and having a good time. There's nothing quite like watching them play, gliding through the water like they've got no cares in the world. It's like they're having the time of their lives. Yeah, some of the names are kind of strange, but honestly, it feels right. These guys are all about fun, and I think their names should be as well. Look at this guy. He's hunting some prey down. He's hunting a little fish down. Who wouldn't want to be friends with him? He just eats fish all day long. We're gonna start your release up here. You're gonna be joining the lair of Fiona, a Plesiosaurus. This guy's looking pretty cool. Think of this gang like the surfers of the lagoon. Chilled out, cruising with ease, but don't be fooled. Sometimes there's a little tension in the waves. They'll spar for dominance, but once it settles, they return to their peaceful rhythm, bringing balance to the lagoon. Oh no, why are you low health? You're hungry. Go eat some food. Well, I think they might just be glitched, so we might have to just write them off for now, to be honest. Oh no. Guys, this is not good. Fiona is coming into Heather's territory. Are you really? She's coming over and stealing food from one of Heather's feeders. She migrated. Fiona migrating is not good. I'm gonna need to go ahead and tranquilize her. You don't get to be over here. You have to be over in your own area. We're over halfway there, but there's still a lot to do to build the smallest water ecosystem. I've got a few more aquatics to introduce to keep everything balanced and ensure they coexist peacefully without overcrowding the lagoon. On top of that, the guests need clear visibility of the dinosaurs and all their needs. Food, comfort, and entertainment must be met. Balancing everything to reach 5 stars is tough, but I'm making it happen. This is a perfect time to talk about Boolean logic and how we're going to use it to make sure our guests are happy with our ecosystem. Green means that there's demand and it means that the guests are happy. If we don't have any green, that means that there's no demand, and if we have red, that means the guests aren't happy. So what we need these viewing platforms. These kind of act as AND gates. What I mean by that is they have 2 conditions that they need to meet in order to be found as true. They need to be visible to dinosaurs to give guests appeal, and they also need to be close enough to transport that the guests can get there relatively easily. So we're gonna be putting some of these at all the major points. We're gonna be putting transport at all the major points as well. Alright, the blue is what's left to be built. These scientists are taking forever to build it. It's because they're architects and not engineers. Let's go back and play and see if we have indication. Alright, we've got appeal here. We've got appeal here. So that means that one condition of these AND gates are met. These ones don't have any of, well, that one does and this one does, but this one doesn't have any condition. So this path is gray because not both conditions are met, but both of the conditions are met here. It's close to transportation and it's got appeal. Both of these, yes, yes, and yes. So all of those conditions for those AND gates are met. We've got some good dinosaur appeal, but we're still only at 2.5 stars. I think it's because our guest comfort is way down, but we'll fix that in a bit. For now, we have some new areas that could use a bit of personalization. So let's see what kind of decorations we can cook up with. I think I want to do some skeleton type work for a T-Rex, but not just this skeleton. This one's boring. Look, I could just put one here and put one here. Those are cool and all, but I want something a little bit bigger. Now, guys, be honest in the comments. I think I did pretty good. All right, let's see how it looks. So we're walking out. Come on over here. This looks so bad. I think I ruined it. Like, I would come here, sit down. Oh, we're just not going to talk about that. All right, with our park coming together, I think we need to introduce some more dinosaurs to the ecosystem. Particularly, I want to try doing some more that can bring some appeal. Here we go. Meet Krell. And if Fiona and Heather were problems, this guy's a catastrophe. He doesn't want balance, he doesn't want territory, he wants power, and he'll destroy anything in his way to get it. Heather, not a fan. Fiona, also not a fan. Unlike Heather, who at least had a reason for being dominant, Krell isn't here to survive and protect others. He's here to conquer. If there's a choice between peaceful coexistence and absolute chaos, Krell is picking chaos every time, and something tells me Heather and Fiona aren't going to want to let this slide. And we've got all of our aquatics into the ecosystem. They're working out pretty well, but we might start to have some issues with Krell. We're just going to have to keep an eye on him and make sure that nothing happens before we get this park to 5 stars, and we're going to see if we can do it with the lagoon space that we have. But I had no clue how soon he was actually going to start causing some problems. Oh, Fiona and Krell. Oh no. Guys, this is not good. That would be a cheap shot if you took it right there. Thank goodness you didn't. Oh no! Oh no! Hold on. Fiona. Oh no. Fiona and Krell are fighting. This is not good. Oh. Holy cow. Fiona just absolutely housed Krell. Krell, you shouldn't have been antagonizing everyone. I'm gonna be honest, that's kind of your fault. And just like that, it's over. Krell's gone. No more unchecked aggression, no more constant stress, and the moment he's out of the picture, everything starts changing. Heather doesn't have to stay on edge anymore, Fiona doesn't have to fight to keep things in check, and every other creature in the lagoon, they can finally just exist. This is what balance looks like, and what's crazy is how fast it happens, because this isn't just some random shift, it's a feedback loop. In engineering, feedback loops are how systems regulate themselves. One small change ripples through the entire system, reinforcing stability or chaos. Krell, he was a destabilizing force. His aggression created stress, stress created more aggression, and the whole system spiraled. But take him out of the equation and the feedback loop flips. Less stress means a healthier ecosystem. A healthier ecosystem means happier creatures, and that means getting us closer to 5 stars. For the first time, the system isn't just surviving, it's working. We're one step closer to the smallest water ecosystem possible. We're at 2 stars. We've got enough dinosaurs here to get the whole way up to 5 stars. What the issue is that they can't really see the dinosaurs. Like, look at these visibility views. Look at all of this unused space. What we're gonna need to do here is get some viewing platforms so that this can all be viewed okay. This can actually be kind of related to an engineering concept. Right now, we have some completely blind spots in the lagoon, and that's where a concept from STEM comes in, Voronoi diagrams. We talked about these earlier, but a Voronoi diagram divides space into regions based on proximity. Each point, our guest viewing areas, controls its own zone, and the goal is to cover everything without gaps or unnecessary overlap. By using this, I can make sure that every guest has a perfect view of at least one section of the lagoon. No dead zones, no wasted space, just full visibility of the smallest water ecosystem possible. It's kind of like cell tower placement. It's all about strategic placement. And with that problem solved, we're one step closer to finishing this challenge. We've come a long way. This lagoon started as chaos, but now everything is finally falling into place. Voronoi diagrams helped map out perfect guest visibility. Logic gates ensured that every viewing platform had both transportation and a clear line of sight. Feedback loops kept the ecosystem in check, and the Fibonacci sequence is everywhere, woven into the design, making the park both efficient and beautiful. Now, with just satisfying the guests left, we're on the verge of something incredible. The smallest water ecosystem ever to exist, and also a 5-star park. Let's see if we can do that, shall we? Starting off with some restrooms. We know they all need restrooms. We know they need shelters next. And last but not least, we need some more hotels. So let's put some at some of the most scenic views in the entire park. So the last thing that we need to do is we need to optimize for some amenities. So And with that medium amenity, we have hit 5 stars in this park. This is the smallest aquatic ecosystem. And as for how many species, how many aquatics, and how many sections it took, well, you'll find that out in just a second. First, we have to finish up some decorating this park. I think I might have gone a little bit crazy with the decorations. I don't know for certain, but I just think I might have gone a little bit crazy with the decorations. Anyways, we had a total of 42 lagoon segments, 5 species, and 27 aquatics. If you think that this is cool, then you'll definitely think that my smallest park is cool. So go watch that video.